Prophet's on the Zarya, but now Prophet has taken up this role, and they're looking much cleaner.
All right, well, Winston v. Winston, Gesture going to be feeling good in this matchup. You would expect Carpe pushing forward, building up that energy very aggressively. Already, Sano going to be taken down, but it's at the cost of Prophet. So the heavy damage still on the side of London Spitfire will get taken down. Gesture follows up for one of the EQO before Carpe does claim his life. So 2 for 2 overall. Point getting ready to unlock. London Spitfire going to be inside at the moment, but Fusion is there for the contest. Bubbles coming out. Carpe building up that energy further and further, trying to get that grab online. At the moment, is surging past Prophet, who has to rejoin the fight, but Birdring looks to turn things around as Neptune gets taken down, but Gesture has overstepped and will be taken out of the fight. Sato going low, but we'll get that armor pack, will stay alive, and Fusion get the first cap.
It's always better to win the Zarya v Zarya matchup. Carpe still has high energy. The returning Prophet, low energy at the moment. He's just gotten charged up. Can he actually turn this fight, though?
Now Birdring going to be taken down. The rally armor not going to be enough to keep him alive. Fury answers back, finding the enemy break. So an exchange on those two. Carpe, he throws out the grab, but instantly gets taken down by Prophet. Bomb coming in from Fury, not going to find a pick. The Transcendence is there from Medosin to keep everybody alive. But they still haven't gotten the flip yet. Gesture gets a quarter on a Boombox, smacks him around, now finds another one as Neptuno dives right in front of his fist, but he's got the left clicks to take down the Angry Monkey. Flip still coming through, but they can't quite get it yet. Fusion make it back over to the point just before Spitfire can gain control. Grab comes in from Prophet, they take down Sato, they get rid of Neptuno, and it seems like the flip will come through for the Spitfire as soon as they can clean up Poco.
Yeah. You know, the Winston v Winston fight that was won at the beginning by Gesture was insignificant compared to the Zarya fight. Carpe surges to 90 energy, gets the first flip, but it's incredible that Prophet's able to return with 0, build it insanely quickly, and then end up winning that duel in the end. Good delay by Fusion, but a very fast swap for Spitfire, and they're still matching in Zarya charge. In fact, Prophet leads. That almost never happens when you retake a point to get a lead like that.
Well, Fusion pushing their way back through. Prophet building up the energy. Surging up now to 86, and Boombox is just going to get taken down by Medosin. Sound barrier for good measure out from Nuss. They still have that Transcendence to rely on, but Carpe is still so very far away from the grab. He'll get taken down by Prophet, who continues to approach that next ultimate. Will get knocked off the side by Neptuno, but Neptuno himself going to be going for a dip.
Well, that will, slow the lead, and it will also remove the energy lead that Prophet had after that fight. As this is going to become more common after IDK's performance yesterday on the Lucio, as a lot of Lucios are going to try to imitate that. But Philadelphia Fusion, despite that kill into Prophet, still come in disadvantaged here. They're going to have even Zarya energy, but there will be a faster grab for Prophet.
Yep, nearly ready with that. Which will also give the Primal Rage over to Gesture if he just doesn't build it up in time beforehand. Grab now going to be coming in. They don't have the Transcendence. Last second, Boombox will be able to pop that one, but Carpe already been taken down, so now their damage very much eliminated from the fight. Rally going to be out from Birdring. Medosin still holding on to that Transcendence. Can just hold this for so very long because Carpe just cannot get that next grab.
Certainly cannot. And this is looking like it's almost a done deal here, especially if Sato gets picked. He already used his Primal, so that's another tool he's not going to have to contest.
Yeah, it would have been catastrophic for him had he gotten taken down, but does manage to stay alive. And now Neptuno going to get taken down. 10% left to go for the Spitfire to take the round, and now the sound barrier will not be there. Carpe still getting tagged up by Medosin, who's just comfortably sitting here in the back taking pot shots with the left clicks. Still working their way over onto the point. Poco trying to play as far forward as he possibly can, but he himself is just getting wrecked right now with a fight. Sound barrier is going to be out from either side. Nuss finally hits the ground, got delayed for a little bit, but Neptuno will be taken out. Grab comes through, but Medosin finally gets to use that Transcendence. The bomb is out from Fury to zone them back. Answering grab comes through. Boombox is trying to keep them sustained, but EQO cannot survive. Carpe still here, however, and he's going to find Medosin, but Boombox will also be on the exchange. No Zenyatta's in the fight for either side. Carpe gets set flying off the side of the map by Gesture with the Primal Rage. And that OT bar is going to start ticking down very quickly as they look to clean up these kills.
Right now, in terms of Zarya damage as we end this round, I want to point out that in terms of damage on the Zarya, Prophet is absolutely destroying Carpe. Double the damage, 8,000 to nearly 4,000 in that regard. And such an insane statistic. He won the matchup clearly, despite the fact that he died first when the point unlocked. And usually when that happens, the team that grabs a point first, there's Zarya, barring a huge mistake, will always lead an ult charge. Prophet returned to the point with 0 energy, so he's doing less damage, built energy quickly, and was able to then retake the point and build a faster second Graviton surge. For the Fusion, this is a tough starting loss here, but they certainly can bounce back. But it's going to now be the Reinhardt v. Reinhardt matchup as we headed to Control Tower, and that's where, Jester's not always as dominant in the Winston v. Winston he led the last fight with, or the first fight of the last round with.
Yep, so shifting over. Sato just going to be swinging away. Jester already taken quite low, and Fury's going to get stunned up, trying to make his way out of there with the jet. Seems like he will be safe for the moment, but Jester in the meantime is left to his own devices and will get picked off. Sato, 65% to the 14 of Jester. Barely got any swings or fire strikes in for the London Spitfire.
Yeah, that's one of the weaknesses of Jester. He's always been known as a Winston player. He's always been a stronger Winston player. It's one of the weaknesses they had in the 3-3, and when you see this mirror matchup, you can feel it. Sato is crushing.
Well, starting to push forward here. Jester trying to make up for a bit of lost time. Fury again going to get tagged up, has to exit. Sato just leaving that shield up as long as he possibly can. The barrier going lower and lower for both of these Reinhardts, which means blocking out this impending Earth Shatter. It causes London Spitfire to have to peel back and wait for that barrier to regenerate. Big shatter on the flank. Sato managed to find the angle, but Osen pops the Transcendence and will be able to keep everybody alive. And now they're not going to have that ultimate for the impending Graviton Surge that Carpe will have in 14%. Prophet just a little bit closer to his, but as I say that, Carpe starts overtaking him. Grab's going to be online for both sides. Rally's out for both of these prigs, but Jester going to be taken down by the Fire Strike, which means that Spitfire, they don't want to commit to a fight. They just want to peel back with what they have.
It's such a lose-lose situation. If you don't Transcendence when Sato hits the Shatter, you lose the team fight. You have to reset. Your Zarya loses all of her energy. But if you commit the trance, you're not going to have it for the grab. There was no way for the Spitfire to really commit their Graviton Surge in that fight because they would have been countered by Boombox's trance, Carpe counter grabs. Then you've not only not retaken the point, but you've lost your engagement tool. So the race now is to get Badosian to a Transcendence here. He's only 43% of the way, and they're about to have to deal with another Shatter. They've got positional disadvantage. Massive lead here for Fusion.
Yeah, I mean, Fury, we've seen what he can do with those 180 flicks. See if he can take it away. Another Graviton Surge. Grab's going to be coming out first from Prophet. Catches the members of the Philadelphia Fusion. Now answering Grab. Going to be coming through. Bombs up over the top. And that's going to be a triple for Poco. Scoops him up. Where's him in the bin? 86% Fusion might just have this one in the bag.
The idea here is during the grab, Badosian builds trance. You can see his ult charge at the top left of your screen is 97 at the moment. It was about 90 when that fight happened. If he could build a Transcendence and Prophet leads the grab, they have the initiative. He gets it, but he does not finish it in time.
Well, Fury just now making it back into the mech. Probably going to have a pop-off bomb similar to what we just saw from Poco if they want to turn this one around. Bomb just going to be thrown in. It's a bit short. The shields come up, and no one going to get caught. Shatter in from Jester. Only going to find Poco, but the sound barrier's there from Neptune to try to keep everybody alive. But Osen pushing forward. Does use a Transcendence, and Carpe is just still pushing his way up to that next grab to try to shut them down and tie us up. As I say that, though, Sato going to get chuckled around, and Jester finds a kill. Now EQO going to get taken down. Carpe with the grab. Just going to have to save it. Knows that the fight is lost. Will surrender the point over to London, so not going down without any percentage, but still very long way to the top if they want to get this 2-0.
We have the same situation as before. If you look to the ults to your top right, this time Carpe and Boombox, they've got the 2 ults they need to retake this point, and they know that Badosian just used his to engage. Boombox holds his instead of countering, knowing that when they engage again, they'll have that advantage. So again, look at London, they're playing forward. They want Badosian to get that Transcendence before the fight. It's so difficult to build it quickly. He's only at 60 right now. It's too late.
Yep, aggressive grab going to be coming in here. Catches them right in the hallway. No kills to be found yet. Answering grab comes out from Carpe. Now the bomb going to be thrown in. Jester and Ring already going to be disappearing. Prophet knocked to the ground with a Shatter. And Philadelphia Fusion are looking for a very fast flip on the point. Badosian pops the Transcendence. Knows that he has to do it just to try to buy a bit more time. That's why we see the sound barrier as well from Nuss. But it's desperation mode for the London Spitfire. They're trying to make it back over to the point with Ring over here on the Tracer. But even with that, might not be enough. Instantly gets shield bashed by EQO, taken down. Jester will suffer the same fate. OT will take away. They get 38%, but Fusion gets the round.
Perhaps to the layman, it looks like the big issue here was the Badosian trance usage, but that's not true. Both times he had to use the Transcendence away from a grab fight were caused by Philadelphia Fusion's advantages. The first being Sato hitting that big Shatter, the second being that he had to use it to flip at 99%, or they were going to lose the round. So Philadelphia Fusion put Badosian in 2 situations where they were able to force that out. Now, if you take a look at the hero damage done here, we talked about it was 8-4 previously. Carpe has caught up, but still, Prophet leading 4,000 damage on the Zarya. Incredible lead. You know, for a player who really stepped up into this Zarya role, it was Birdring of the season. And Prophet is certainly, I mean, the better of the two. There's a reason why they're using him on the Zarya now.
Well, if you're a London fan, you see Chester here on this Reinhardt, and you're hoping for a better round, because he's getting juggled around quite a bit there on control center. But now they have Sato way into the back, trying to isolate him, and they will be able to pick him off. That's a fantastic start for the London Spitfire. Fury, however, going to be taken out of the back. Boombox doing some serious work for the Fusion. Also follows up on the Nuss. Point getting ready to unlock in 2 seconds. This is anyone's lockup right now. Prophet just looking for additional kills with his 100 energy that he's sitting at. The QO will crumble under the pressure, but it's at the expense of Birdring and Gesture, so it seems like Fusion's still going to be netting themselves the first cap.
Yeah, nicely done by Fusion. Sato again, kind of setting this up. You know, he's not leading an ult charge, but he did a lot more to help position Fusion to win that fight.
He also died first.
Yes, and when you look at, and that's sometimes required. You know, if you look at bumper stats, it'll tell you the same, but
very true.
Prophet knows to back away. Look at, he's still entering the point with high energy here, so this is going to be a more even Zarya matchup because he decided to save himself.
Well, Neptuno just trying to keep everybody topped up. Sato going to be taken low again. Nuss finding a kill here. Crucial for the side of the Spitfire. One less shield to worry about now that Earth Shatter is available for Chester. Grab going to be coming in. Chester gets the pin onto EQO. Carpe taken down, so maybe just going to be the grab, all that they need to get this flip rolling through.
I can't speak the same about Sato dying first in this fight. This time it was targeted down by the Spitfire. They punished that play, or they capitalized on that play. Used the Graviton Surge there. The charge was good from Gesture as well. And they were able to gain Boombox's trance and flip the point. Now, we find ourselves in the opposite situation of what we were just previously on Control Tower, because the Fusion have to approach with a grab when there is a Transcendence that could be used to defend it. So it's going to be very tough going here to retake this point.
Gesture just waiting around the corner. Still holding on to the Earth Shatter. Not feeling the need to use it in that last engagement.
If he gets a good one, that could get them another grab and then massively put them ahead.
Oh, Bomb's going to lead things. Poco trying to find some picks. Going to be unable to do so. And Carpe taken down. Grab still does come through. Catches a London Spitfire, but the kills aren't following up. But Dosen is there with the Transcendence. The Sound Barrier invested as well from the side of the Spitfires. They try to hold out hope here. Boombox will be using a Transcendence of his own as Prophet gets closer and closer to that next grab. Pin is good from Chester. Finds EQO yet again. Almost falls off the side of the map, but will be able to stay safe. Neptuno has to reset.
Anyone who's played solo queue Zarya will tell you that there is this moment sometimes you feel where you're getting low, but you've got a good grab angle, and you just feel like, I've got to launch this no matter what. This is my whole purpose for this attack. And you launch the grab, but you die. In a meta like this, in 3-3, maybe in solo queue that works out, somebody gets a big bomb. But in this case, you don't have the damage to follow up on the grab. They have the trance anyways, and this ends up being doubly terrible for Fusion because they can't flip the point. They lost their big engagement tool. They don't have a trance. Prophet's got a grab. How do you ever retake this? It's going to take a miracle.
Well, Prophet was going for a bit of a sneaky play there, trying to be underneath the Fusion, but turns out they can look down. They have that ability, so they spot him out. Moves safely back over to the point, though, with the rest of the squad now 10% away. Grab's going to be coming through. Finds him right here. The entrance of the point. The bomb's into the back. Fury looking for a pick, and it's going to be Carpe. One of the more crucial ones that they can find. Shields come up. Poco not going to get anything with his bomb, and Sato hits the ground. And Prophet scoops up the kill. Philadelphia Fusion desperately trying to get this flip, but with Poco getting knocked out, Boombox is just a second too late to try to save that team. I'm not going to elongate the fight. Now that the trance is going to be expiring, he himself will get taken down, and the OT will tick away. London Spitfire, they got taken to 3 rounds, but they will take Lijiang Tower.
Huge wins here for Prophet. 6,000 damage to leader right now in that DPS matchup. He absolutely crushes Carpe. We see the matchup of Winston versus Winston, you know, lead for Gesture. It's Reinhardt where Philadelphia succeed, but this is a good look for Spitfire already.
A fantastic start, but anything can happen in the rest of this series. We're just getting started. Let's see what happens for Assault.
The Overwatch League is powered by Intel. Game, record, stream without compromise on Intel Core i7. And by Omen by HP, the official PC and display of the Overwatch League.
Essentially with the Widow and Hanzo, the Pharah is would have been much closer, but it's crazy to see that even though in Ryan v Ryan, Sato is clearly the leader, it's the Zarya matchup that's really putting London ahead. And if they can already beat Fusion on 3-3, when we go to maps where it's not 3-3 v 3-3, you got to worry if you're Fusion, and they're still going to run this 3-3 now. And I don't know if I like this because they just got outclassed previously with the same composition.
Well, it seems like it's just going to be the swap straight up as anticipated. As soon as they see that it's going to be the Winston 3-3, Spitfire will just move to match. Fury still on the Sombra at the moment, but jumps back with the Translocator. We'll swap that out for a Diva.
Yep. So no Sombra attack here. Just going to be a mirror matchup. It's obviously massive advantage to the defender here. You can see where Sato is standing.
Going to be taking a couple of rockets to the back of the head, though. They knock him down to about half HP. Now stunned up, taken down. Oh,
huge play by Fury. Huge play by Fury.
They need to be a bit more aware of their surroundings. They're into the point right now, and Fusion have to try to retake this without their main tank. Sato just now respawning. Going to be trying to join in as swiftly as he can, but 2 takes already going to be grabbed for free with 3+ minutes remaining on the clock for the Spitfire. Pushing forward, Poco going to get taken out of the mech. Carpe eliminated. This is an absolute disaster and has massive snowball potential for the London Spitfire as they get ready to move over to B. They just have to clean up these few final kills. That Tsuno will go down. That's going to be it.
It's a common place to stand as Winston on the defense, and we've seen Sato do this before. Fury goes to check, but he keeps his missiles ready for this. And then immediately he calls to his teammates, we got to focus this guy down. This looks like a double cap to me, Achilleos. They're going to have a grab. There's no trance. Insane lead for London right now.
Yeah, they got to play out of their minds to try to defend this one. They do manage to force out the Transcendence here from Badosin. Carpe's still going to be 32% away, but yeah, Prophet just melts him. Absolutely destroyed. Grab still ready to go. Pins it right here on the back of the point. Boombox has the Transcendence. They're looking for the kills. The bomb going to be coming out of Fury. Managed to find a double. Sato and Neptuno both going to be taken down. He has that sound barrier. Will have enough time to respawn and use it, but will he have any teammates to put shields on? It might just be a solo shield as Carpe is getting hounded. Will be eliminated. Ichio tries to swap over onto the May. We'll see if they give him access to the point. The answer is going to be no. Fury just melts him with the rockets. Jester smacking everybody back with the Primal Rage, just gatekeeping them away from this point. And it's just going to be one after the other, stringing through, trying desperately to defend. Poco drops a bomb. The shield is there from Jester. Sound barrier for good measure. Just have to clean up Neptuno and Carpe right now. And that could just be it. They are just a few percentage away from getting this one. They roll off the point for the moment. Really just EQO contesting here.
Good delay.
Grab going to be used. EQO finally going to get burned down by the Spitfire. Sato trying to stay alive, but they juggle him into the middle of the team. They manage to find the kill. Grab comes out from Carpe. They find a solo kill onto Nuss, but is that enough to try to stabilize? Still working on it. Transcendence does come in. Carpe staying alive, has decently high energy here with his Zarya. Good heal tonight comes out, but there's no way to capitalize in for some kills. They zone them back with a bomb, and Spitfire will get a massive time bank here on Hanamura.
Good delay, but it's the solo pick onto Sato, who dies first in the fight that gets them the ult lead, and again, Prophet crushes Carpe. 3,000 damage to leader in terms of Zarya v Zarya. Absolutely incredible.
Well, 5 minutes and 10 seconds on the clock for Spitfire. Let's see what Fusion can get for themselves when we come back.
Coca-Cola is the official refreshment of the Overwatch League.
Here we go, guys. London Spitfire, 5 minutes, 10 seconds in the time bank after that attack on Hanamura. Absolutely brutal, and a lot of it has to do with that initial pick from Fury.
Yes.
Wrecking Sato at the start.
Now, we're going to take a look at that moment in just a second here, but they know where Sato's positioned. Fury goes up to check for this, and then is immediately able to then turn on him, and we'll watch the rest of the team collapse on top of Sato, and you know, that's the moment where they got A, right? Let's take a look at this again.
Yep.
So Fury, this is from his perspective. He checks, he knows where he is, goes ahead and uses his missiles here, and look at the communication. Prophet's already turned around to focus him down. Birdring's coming in for the combo there, the bash into the flail, and it's like, what are you going to do? As Sato, in that case, it's already over.
Yep.
And for the London Spitfire, they're going to run Badoshan on the Ana here. They're just going to stick with 3-3. It's going to be Gesture on Winston. And, you know, I do want to mention that, you know, the Prophet is still leading in those Zarya stats, but for the moment, it's because they won every fight on that attack. But for the Fusion, you know, you would think that this would be where they had their strength, is in this mirror. But so far, it's not been the case, and Prophet is really outclassing Carpe. And Fury's making big plays. You're going to worry if you're a Fusion fan.
Well, let's see what they can get done here. 4 minutes at the start. Need a very strong first attack. They nearly find Gesture. Might still be able to do so here. Seems like he will be all right for the moment. Slowly getting ticked back up. Badosin going to be dumping in that extra healing with the Bionate as much as possible. Keep this front line alive. Philadelphia Fusion do have an inside track over onto the point, and now it's going to be on the Spitfire. Again to push in and try to retake this. One tick going to be surrendered for free. So similar start without any kills this time. But now as I say that, Boombox will be eliminated. Prophet managed to find him again. EQO and Poco both falling dangerously low. The mech hanging on by a thread here at the moment. Sato tries to find a pin, just winds up in the back of the point. Cut off though is Carpe. And he will get cut down.
Yeah.
Prophet still just lobbing in these right clicks, farming up off the tank line here. Has a grab ready to roll.
So the trade-off for the Ana versus the Zenyatta is you lose the damage boost, you lose the counter to the Grav, but London Spitfire chooses because they know they're so confident that they can hold the first push, they're going to get a better time bank. and they're not worried about Carpe getting a grab because he's not leading grabs ever in this matchup right now. Why are you worried about Transcendence when you're already going to just out-heal? You're going to get Prophet to the faster grab. You're going to win the first fight. You don't even have to worry about that. Here we go.
Oh, man. Yep. Didn't see him. And that's all she wrote. Don't think you need to say much more about that one.
The bio grenade comes in at the perfect time as well. Poco's not in position to eat it, and that is just those are the fastest fights you can see in Overwatch. It's Spitfire's third fastest attack this stage on Hanamura with that last time bank, 510. Sure, you use the grab, but you use nothing else. You have almost infinite stalling power with nano boost onto a Winston who has primal rage. And in the longer fight here with Sound Barrier, Prophet may build another grab. Carpe still doesn't have his, he's at 70%.
Yep, Gesture going to be popping the primal. Nano still going to be held. Bio going to be thrown in, catches 2 on the side of the fusion, but unable to line up for some kills. Sleep dart out from Badosin. Going to have a miss, but he's just chunking out Boombox as he tries to wrap around the backhand side. Nano going to be thrown down onto Gesture as he pushes forward. Shield bash coming through, but he's just got so much shielding, so much HP that it doesn't even matter. Transcendence already going to be used here by Boombox. Grab getting ready to come back up for Prophet. Carpe just now gaining his. They managed to find Birdring, a good initial pick for the fusion. Maybe they can translate this into a cap.
He's 100 energy.
Pushing forward, yeah, 100 energy. EQO, maybe overstepping. Trying to go for a fight. It's a bit too far from him. Yeah, we'll just grab him. Takes him out. Now Neptuno pushing forward for a moment. The heal and I will come through onto Poco, which means the mech does not stand a chance. Doesn't want to have to use the self-destruct here to get back in. Knows that the fight is over. They get up to 51%, but they have to reset again, and there's only a minute left on the clock.
No one could have predicted this match was going to look this one-sided, but, I mean, insane what we are watching right now. Literally running circles around the point here, a Spitfire running circles around the Fusion. Now the Fusion have an attack here where there's no Transcendence to block Carpe's grab. He finally has it, but if he gets picked earlier, if it's a whiff grab, or if it's eaten by Fury, we know how good he is at that. This is a one map for London. In best case scenario, it's going to be a worse time bank for Fusion. Here's the grab.
Okay, grab is going to be good. Fury not ready to try to eat that one. Poco throws down the bombs. Sound Barrier will come through, but Nuss will get taken out, but it's a 1-for-2 exchange.
And Prophet finds and kills Carpe.
Yep, now Sato going to be surrounded. The shield bash comes through. He's trying to get out of there, but he just can't do it. 19 seconds remaining. Just the one tick snagged for the side of the Fusion. This could be the London Spitfire moving up the match point already, speed running through this series.
I mean, look at Prophet. He's looking at another grab here. There's no tools to take this point. They're going to have to get a pick. They're going to have to get a charge kill, something.
They're about to have both support ultimates online, but they need Boombox and Neptunus to survive long enough to have those ready.
Here's the grab.
Going to be coming through. The bomb thrown down. Short hop there for Fury. They try to displace the Fusion to get some kills off the explosion. Unable to do so, and Prophet's going to be taken down. A crucial pick here for the Fusion, and suddenly they have a fighting chance. Sato, however, he's got himself cornered, has to pick up the mini pack just to try to stay alive, but he cannot make it out of this room. But Dosen going to be taking him down with the bio nade, and EQO gets a bit of a heal tonight coming through. They manage to find Gesture on the exchange, however, so Fusion still trying to grab a victory here, fighting tooth and nail for it.
Now on Birdring.
Neptuno going to be taken down with Birdring. Will be on the exchange. Poco managing to find that kill, and he's nearly got a bomb. Carpe's nearly got a grab. Fusion might just have made this happen here in overtime. The time bank will be weaker, but they're giving themselves a fighting chance.
London Spitfire used a lot of tools. They wanted the win here. They were not playing for the time bank. They wanted a victory, and Philadelphia Fusion can thank their lucky stars for it, because in the longer fight, they build a grab, they build Transcendence, and there's a potential double capture for this next attack. Fury wants to eat this grab. If he doesn't, Sound Barrier is all they're really going to have. Philadelphia Fusion with all the cards in their hand now. They're not going to have the better time make, but it can still be decent.
Grab's going to come down. They managed to find Prophet pretty much by himself. The Sound Barrier going to be coming through, having to keep Gesture alive for a little bit longer. He tries to make it out down the staircase, but EQO follows up for the kill. Bomb going to be coming out from Fury, trying to catch him off guard. Unable to find any kills, and they keep coming through for the Fusion. Now 3 members gone, make it 4 as Badosin gets taken down. Gesture desperately has to swap over onto the Wrecking Ball, and suddenly Philadelphia Fusion looking like they might have a decent enough time bank here as they get ready to cap B. Moving their way up, one tick going to be snagged, the second one getting ready to roll through the May, there to delay for a little bit longer, but Prophet doesn't stand a chance. The right click is good, the headshots come in for Boombox, and they get rid of her. Now Fury pushing back into the Reinhardt. Birdring taken down on the Tracer. They're going to get this cap here. It's just a matter of time. Have to clean up Gesture. 259 to 510. Philadelphia Fusion managed to finish Hanamura.
An incredible turnaround for the Fusion. Almost held it. A greedy defense there by the London Spitfire leads into the double cap. They threw away what could have been a massive lead, but it's still not over yet for the Fusions.
Things like that can offset your momentum, but we still have overtime, so let's see what happens. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. There it is, the banner hanging high in the Blizzard Arena for the London Spitfire.
Defending champions, and, you know, the last time these two faced off against each other on day one, this was not the story. London Spitfire looked like a weak 3-3 team. People had big questions because we didn't know how long 3-3 would last. You know, what does it mean for Spitfire's season? Now that has shifted, but still in this mirror, they're winning in every regard. Greedy defense attempt means Fusion gets another chance here. This attack, they better hope it goes better than the last, though.
Yep, taken down to overtime with that 4-minute starting time bank. Now working with just shy of 3 minutes. Sato gonna get slapped. Woken up but burned down. Prophet finds the kill. Carpe still looking to get something in exchange, but this gets taken so very low. Has to pull his way back, and he won't be able to make it out with his life. Prophet just hounding him down, more than doubling his charge at the moment.
And a lot of this is due to, so when we talk about Zarya v Zarya, it's a lot about energy charge management, your bubbles. How do you get that high energy? Your tracking. But in this case, a lot of it's from Badoshin. Badoshin has more single target healing than Boombox ever will on Zenyatta. He could just repeatedly shoot at Prophet and keep him healed up to allow him to play more aggressively.
You could also just shoot at Boombox.
And, well, Boombox dies here. High ground control for Prophet. And that's another push already put in the grave. And Boombox is so far away from that trance. Prophet can use his grab on the next push to just get a free hold because he knows Boombox can't possibly have a trance since he was just picked. And oh no, Poco cut off. Huge play by Fury.
It just seems like there's such a disconnect coming through. He's going to try to pistol his way back in, but playing far enough forward. Sleep Dart going to connect onto Carpe.
Here's the grab.
Yep, grab now going to be coming through. Carpe taken down. Sato and the rest of the squad not going to stand a chance. 1 minute and 25 seconds remaining now. Fusion, they're building up. They're slowly getting some of these ultimates online, but the most crucial one, that Graviton Surge for Carpe, still not even halfway there.
And the crazy thing about this, too, is that there's a bunch of different targets Badoshin can choose. He can nano Prophet in a fight where he feels he's going to build that charge and get a faster ult than Carpe. He can, of course, nano Gesture if it's a fight on the point. Bio hits 3.
That's going to stop them from pushing for a little bit longer. Boombox waiting for the shielding to come back in. Dosen taking a couple tags from Boombox here. As they try to wrap their way around the back of the point. Sleep Dart just going to be hitting the Rhine shield. Fusion start working their way forward. Bionade not going to find a hit there. Gesture with the Primal Rage just trying to find maybe a knockoff or just push Carpe into the middle of his team. They do stun him up, but Boombox feels the pressure, has to use the Transcendence here. Gesture going lower and lower. Will receive the Nano Boost just to surge him back up with that HP bar. That's going to be the Shatter out from Sato. Seems like he's not going to be able to find too many members here. Sound Barrier going to be used as well. Now the grab comes in. The bomb is straight in on top of their skulls. And Sato will get taken down, and Poco's going to get knocked out of the mech. Swept under the rug. 18 seconds remaining. Fusion, can they do anything to get back to the point?
I don't think so. I mean, Carpe's got a grab, but he's never going to get to use on the point like he wants to. He's just respawned, and they're going to take a fight outside the point. They could even Sound Barrier to guarantee that there's just no way to touch. And I think that's what we're going to see. Can't get in as Sato, almost, but not close enough.
Yep, they nearly make it there, but the hold is completed. Spitfire have 5 minutes and 10 seconds to get a single tick here on A.
This has been a different style as well that we're seeing from Spitfire. They're keeping Badoshin on the Ana. The single target healing allows Prophet to play more aggressively. He's getting the first picks on Carpe. How many times have we seen Prophet kills Carpe in the kill feed in this series? It's too many. It's too many, and, you know, we're talking about in Apex Season 4 Grand Finals MVP, a MVP of the Grand Finals of the inaugural season of the Overwatch League, and no one knew going into this series where London really was going to stand in terms of 3-3 versus Fusion. We knew they had improved, but I think what we're seeing from London right now is the best 3-3 they've played all season.
Oh, for sure.
And Badoshan on the Ana just is a different stylistic way to empower Prophet. And we don't talk about carries too much in Overwatch, and especially not in this meta, but Prophet is certainly carrying the team. He's been given the tools to do so. Now, he highlights the Genji here, which was the hero he surprisingly played and was able to win that Apex Season 4 MVP with, despite not playing it all season.
Yep, never showed it, but
we're
not going to show it now. That's a bridge too far.
Nope.
It's going to be looking at, not even actually going to look at Scout at all. Birdring at least going to be throwing a Sonic Arrow, but
that's the fastest way to see.
Yeah, it seems like they're fully expecting Philadelphia Fusion to be running the same comp with a 3-3, and they are 100% correct about that.
Sato positioned very differently this time.
Yeah, not going to get picked again, but I'm going to say maybe Boombox can't say the same here, but we'll be able to stay alive. Gesture, whipping that leap, goes straight into the wall, will get taken down. So good initial picks coming through for the Fusion to build up those ult charges.
How the Spitfire have been attacking in most of these, not only on Hanamura.
Fury.
Yeah, this hurts. Oh, he gets away though.
Okay,
nice play.
sorry, Bubble.
But the way they've been playing this is to try to isolate a target and kill it. Usually it's Sato, but it has been Carpe as well. The Fusion are now abusing this. They have adapted, and they're trying to punish Gesture when he comes in. Prophet still leads in ult charge, by the way, but that's no shock to anyone at this point. I have to say, though, I think the London Spitfire are going to have to play a little bit more passively on this attack, and that's exactly what they do. They take the right side.
Yep, seems like high ground. Maybe the consideration, maybe try to fake them out. At least push Badoshan up to the top to scout out a little bit. Now we'll be rejoining here on the ground level. Bubble going to be coming through. Prophet building up that energy. But Badoshan going to get picked. Carpe crucially finding that one. Takes him down, and now he's going to be disconnected from the rest of the squad because they're still playing around here. Rav's going to be thrown down. Carpe does catch them out. There's going to be Birdring gone, and maybe additional kills coming through. Yet Gesture, Nuss, and pretty much the whole team will get taken down. An extended wipe coming in as Fury has a very long walk to the ledge.
This is very nice plays by Carpe. He strikes back on this defense. He's able to not only get that pick on Badoshan on the wraparound, which Neptune gave him the speed boost for, but then he's able to grab in such a location where Prophet can't counter grab. There's no way for Badoshan to do enough damage to get a Transcendence. He has the Trance now, but Boombox matches his because they won the fight without using it. So this next attack for the Spitfire isn't necessarily going to be it if they can't secure a kill instantly before that Transcendence healing comes through. And suddenly, we're looking at a world where Philadelphia Fusion could hold.
Yeah, Carpe, if you can build up another very fast grab, then we could be looking at 6-6 ultimates, technically. Gesture will start things off using the Primal Rage. Sato going to be matching him. In over here to the back of the point. Boombox getting pushed into the members of the London Spitfire, but they're unable to find the kills. Now Prophet nearly getting knocked off the map. Grabs do come through. Now he's going to be dead. They do manage to knock him off, and Nuss gets clipped by the bomb out from Poco. So 2 members down. London Spitfire just have to try to reset and go again, but look at the ultimates. Just going to be having the Transcendence now.
They're going to swap composition. Fury tries to get the back cap, but they notice that's not going to happen. In fact, he's going to reset now. And desperate times call for desperate measures.
Right.
They've lost the ult economy war. They're never going to get it back. It's never going to happen. So you've got to try something different here. Prophet, very good Pharah player, although we don't see it very often in this meta. Let's see if he can get the kills required, or alternatively get the damage to get a big ultimate here with the EMP. The barrage combo, very great to open the point. All they need is 1 tick, and they've still got 2 minutes to build those ults.
Yeah, triple DPS.
Solo grab.
Ready to go to solo grab. No, double, actually. They will be able to find Nuss, but they can't quite get the kill. Will stay alive, but Prophet, one of the more crucial members of that Pharmacy 2-0, will get taken down. The barrage going to be delayed even further.
London needs to be respectful of the Fusion as well. That's another attempt that we saw from Gesture to try to come in and back cap. That's not going to happen. We're not going to see the backdoor succeed against a team that's not even that far forward here. Gesture could have lost his life for it. Prophet's picked off here again by the right clicks from Boombox, and suddenly, you know, this doesn't look like it's going to happen.
Yeah, and I like this. This is the forward play coming up for the Fusion to deny the res, so Prophet can't get instantly back in.
Gesture, though.
He's working on it. He's trying to, but it's going to be contested here. He's got a Diva and a Lucio to deal with back over onto the point. Nuts will res Badoshan back into the fight. Gesture getting stunned up, has to pop the adaptive shield, but oh boy!
I gotta
he
say,
is in a rough spot right there.
I gotta say, I don't like this because they're seeing the aggressive movement of the Fusion. They're thinking we're gonna backcap this, but instead they've actually just chipped their own time bank away.
Yeah.
You know, you're really hoping for your opponent to make a mistake with a play like that, and it does not work out.
4 minutes gone. Barrage still not there for Profit. Needs this one to really pop. Probably have to use a Transcendence just to try to keep him alive, but even then, Boombox with a charge up
They
right
need
click
the EMP.
will be able to take him down. They force a Transcendence out from Boombox.
That's huge, because that means the EMP could be empowered. Fury cannot die here. They've got 30 seconds. If he can get the EMP, even Attack Visor can be very well paired with that. So there is a world where this final push works out now that the trance is gone.
Well, that's what they're going for. The EMP is set. The Barrage ready to roll. They've got a Valkyrie.
One
Attack
more
Visor
shot.
nearly there as well. Poco, they're trying to knock him out of the mech. A lot of damage being pushed forward here by Profit.
Fury's
They can't
dead.
quite finish
It's
him
not
off.
gonna
Fury
happen.
going to be taken down. Now there's no EMP. The Barrage is going to be used, but Profit's going to kill himself off right in the face of Carpe. Jester does manage to find one, but the res from Nuss, it's just too risky. Don't think he can get into a position to actually find that one. Jester gets stunned. They take him down. And ladies and gentlemen, we're looking at a draw right now. Philadelphia Fusion successfully defend a single tick for 5+ minutes.
London Spitfire trying a few tricks, not changing up their attack style, get punished by the Fusion, change their composition, can't find the success. And Boombox comes up with multiple critical kills in those moments where the EMP could be the game changer. It doesn't happen. Philadelphia Fusion forced the draw. Still behind in the series, but showing signs of life.
Well, I'm at a loss for words, but that's why we have halftime to break things down. So we'll see you on the other side of that.
The Overwatch League is brought to you by T-Mobile, now connecting 99% of Overwatch League fans. Catch your league on America's network, T-Mobile. And by State Farm. Whatever life brings your way, State Farm is here to help life go right.
These two teams never seem to disappoint after the Spitfire took map 1. It was the Fusion clutching up with a 5-minute hold on Hanamura to keep it at 1-0 at the half. Welcome back to halftime, everybody. Malik here. We got Brent and Zoe here as well. Guys, right off the bat, it looked like we were going to get another competitive match between these two. Prophet looking like his finals MVP self off the top. And it seems like the interconnected thread between a lot of the Fusion's woes has been Sato.
Yeah.
Seems like he has some issues there.
We can agree on that.
It's weird though, because we know with this meta, we will see him more on Winston. And technically, everyone expects his Winston to be actually a lot better than it would be his Reinhardt play. However, looking at this series, it was actually the Winston which disappointed and the Reinhardt where Philadelphia looked better. And statistically, if we're looking back at him playing Winston, he actually dies an awful lot. He is being focused out by the enemy team, rightfully so, because that is the weak point of the Fusion right now. If Sado is out of the equation, if they're losing him early on, they are losing team fights more often than not.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. And you can see here in the first round, they seem to have Sado's number. Round 2, however, it did turn around in Philadelphia Fusion's favor. I think Sado had actually a pretty good game. He cleaned up a lot of his play on his Reinhardt.
On Reinhardt, oddly enough.
A role that, yeah, we don't talk about Sado's Reinhardt quite a bit. Usually it's his Winston that steals the show, but at least in Control Center he had a good game. But this is where it got turned around in the end. He started getting focused a lot more. And a big part of this was Prophet as well as an individual, really starting to hammer it home with damage, putting so much pressure on him.
Yeah, here is a team fight at this stage on Winston now. Just look at this discrepancy. Look at how often he actually dies per 10 in comparison to Gesture. Look at the lack of final blows per 10 and the first limbs. And as I said, his first death rate, 25%.
That's crazy.
That is actually a crazy amount.
Look at that.
Right. And then, you know, of course, London, they looked at the numbers and they've been exploiting that so far. Now, moving along, Brent, if I'm not mistaken, you have a little insights powered by Intel for us coming up next, right?
I do indeed, yeah. I've got an insights powered by Intel, and my insights is how one ability can help you win the entire push. And it's one ability I've got in mind, and it's a fantastic one. I really enjoyed seeing this.
You're really needing this one.
Yeah, it's the first time I saw scouting from an early Hanzo actually paying off. They send in the Sonic Arrow, they see Sado's positioning, they play it back here, but this is a forward in time now. And Sado is the focal point of this composition. So you can see him here, he's hanging up on the perch in front of this, on the point in Hanamura. And his idea is to build up the Primal Rage. The idea of what Philadelphia Fusion want to go for is to build up the Primal Rage by playing around these choke points here, just kind of tickling them with his Tesla cannon, seeing whatever damage he can get done. But London, they know Sado's positioning because of the early scouting. They know he's already there. So you can see Fury's going to fly up onto the ledge here. Gesture's going to jump into the back line and split them up away from Sado, whilst the rest of London jumps down and tries to take advantage of Sado jumping down. They read it like a book because they know of the earlier positioning from that Sonic Arrow earlier. And you can see how this plays out. Fury puts in the damage, they put so much pressure, Gesture confuses the backline, and they stun him and kill him straight away, and just jump straight onto the point, and they take it from that one push, from that one play, from that one Sonic Arrow. So you can see as we play it from Sado's perspective here, how much pressure they're putting on him from above. Fury puts in the damage, the bubble's used early, all the resources, but it's not enough to keep Sado alive. And this is a beautiful play from London, how they read from that earlier, just one little bit of information, how they're able to take the point from that. Now I will say, Philadelphia, they cleaned up their play, and Sado's positioning got much better as the series progressed, which is why we're seeing a draw here today. But that's just one thing that London, they always do well, is just using that information and adapting on the fly and changing their strategies around it.
So it's just crazy to see how a little bit of intel can make such a huge impact in a game like this.
Exactly,
you know?
yeah.
All right, so let's talk a little bit more about the finals MVP from last year, Prophet, who's been going crazy pretty much against Carpe. How you guys think he's shaping up against him in this match?
Oh man, it's a slaughter of a league. He is nuts. I think Wolf and Achilles have been hitting onto it in literally every sentence they spoke so far in the cast, and rightfully so. Look at those numbers. Prophet was rolling all over him.
These are absurd.
It was actually absurd for the majority of it.
I mean, we have to take into account as well, these two players, Prophet and Carpe, are currently leading in final blows, total final blows over the season. And I believe the other statistic is, I actually can't remember off the top of my head, but it's hero damage as well between these two players. So they are leading in these categories.
Yeah, I got all-time hero damage, these two guys.
And it is just an insane battle that's going on, but Prophet is demolishing him in this regard.
To be fair, they did focus Carpe down a lot, and Carpe's team did not really play around Carpe, so Carpe really had a hard time to dish out any damage because he didn't really get the energy up in time, whereas Prophet, he just stayed alive, therefore his average energy was just so high, and he was able to actually do so much for his team.
Yeah. So you guys sticking with your picks going into the second half?
There's one thing I want to see from Philly. I'm sticking with my London pick. Are you going to stick with your Philly pick?
I am not flip-flopping. I guess I'll stick with...
Okay.
Committed. You're in there.
There's one thing I want to see from Philly, though, and I think Boombox needs to clean up his Transcendence usage, because that's the one thing that's holding them back right now, I think, from this being a 1-1 at the half and potentially better for Philly. So that's one thing I'm looking forward in the next half of this match here. Boombox with his ultimate usage, if he's not mistiming it as much, that's where Philly are going to have an edge, and that's where they're going to start of gain an advantage coming into this. But I'm still sticking with London London. I think they will take it.
All right. Well,
I'm sticking Fusion, but I'm not saying this is just that one fan. You know, I'm mainly picking it because you scare me. Every time I'm picking against a Fusion,
Just the one guy
this guy
right
front
there.
row gets really mad at me. And he's here for every Fusion game. I'm sticking with him, but it's not a super confident vote, I have to say.
All right, well, these guys are sticking with their picks. We're going to see if Philly can get back into this game and get a map in the next map coming up real soon. Stay tuned, everybody.
They don't just play for a team. They play for every fan, every rival, every moment, every match. And when everyone watching expects the best, they perform with the best.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are here after the halftime, after a much-needed break, because things got a little bit weird there on Hanamura. 5-minute, 10-second hold coming through from the Philadelphia Fusion to stabilize and get a draw.
Yeah.
But still in a disadvantageous position given that they lost Lijiang Tower. But momentum could be back in their favor for sure.
Absolutely. I mean, London took a greedy fight on their A defense that allowed Fusion to get such a good time bank with double cap there when they had to swap off. We saw them try to set up the bunker but couldn't get there in time. But then what really threw London for a curveball when they swapped to their, Wrecking Ball, Pharah, multiple DPS composition was Boombox. I mean, he came up big with multiple huge kills. He knocked Prophet out of the sky, was constantly tracking him, and he's one of the best sources of range damage the composition Philly was running is. Then, of course, he was able to kill Fury before the EMP was used, so Boombox absolutely shutting that down.
Well, the draw means that we still are at match point here for the London Spitfire. If they can close out Blizzard World, then the series will be going their way, but Fusion going to be looking to avoid that at all costs. We'll be starting things off on the defense, and it's going to be a familiar setup for them. Reinhardt 3-3.
That's right. Still continuing to match London Spitfire in that regard. And, it hasn't gone for them thus far, minus their second defense there on Hanamura. But when we head into the wider parts of this map, that's where we have the potential to see Carpe versus Prophet, Carpe versus Birdring in terms of the DPS. He's going to look for an opening shot here. We'll also be able to identify the composition and see that it's not a bunker this way, and then swap to the Zarya.
Maybe some further swaps. Okay, here we go. It's actually going to be the triple, maybe quad? Are we going to see the Ash? Birdring
There's a lot of ways to burn down the tank composition with the Ash, with the Dynamite here. And you can also get nice flanking angles on this map in particular because there's so many different high grounds for the attacker. And that's exactly where Birdwing is headed, up here to the right side.
Means extra onus on Poco having to get this defense matrix out to take away that Dynamite.
Yeah.
He'll be throwing one in. It doesn't have the angle to try to pop it.
Yeah. One doesn't
get
get a
any
big one.
burn damage, though.
They're going to
Some
force
shots.
Fusion to come out here, and that's when they can really turn this fight.
Yep,
Some good
back up
hacks.
over onto the high ground, tries to get the Dynamite pop. Going to be missing that shot. Hacks there onto Poco. Dynamite will explode. Picks up a little bit. Only going to be sitting at 33% at the moment for Bob.
Nice Sonic Arrow here, too, to get some additional information about the positioning for the Dynamite. Big Dynamite there.
Yeah, much better one now. Going to be surging up. 50% here for Birdwing. Takes a couple shots from Boombox. Who's trying to get a pick. Point still going to be getting taken. Second tick nearly snagged, basically for free here at the moment for the London Spitfire. Carpe in on the back, instantly gets headshot. Dynamite up over the top of the shield last just long enough to keep himself safe from burning down.
Bob can be a really nice initiation tool. He gets
Finds the
Carpe.
pick. Yeah, that's going to be the headshot coming through. Profit now. Lobbing these shots in.
This might be
one
it.
straight there onto Poco's mech. Knocks him out. Dragon Strike is going to be rolling through Snacks Ramus to try to zone them back, keep them off the point for even longer.
There's the Bob.
Yep, Bob will be charging through. Stop short here. Has an angle on the point. Going to be spamming away. Boombox has to use that Transcendence. Neptuno manages to find Gesture. The Fury takes down the Baby Diva. Sound Barrier going to be used. Catches the rest of the members of the Philadelphia Fusion as they try to stabilize. Zato gets rid of one. The barrage coming through. Dynamite gets rid of EQO. And Boombox snipes Profit out of the sky again. It seems like Philadelphia Fusion might actually be able to stabilize here.
Yeah, you can start to see some of the weaknesses of this comp here in terms of
As I
lasting
say
power.
that, though, such a corner coming through the pockets there from Nuss. Carpe is all on his lonesome. They buy a bit of time off. Poco going to be rejoining. Carpe still not taken down. He's playing around these pillars so well. And
They can
Nuss
stabilize here for
is just
sure.
going to get taken out. Neptuno finds a hit. Still, though, another Dragon Strike rolling through. Carpe can't get into the corner to safety in time. Wanted to play in on the point. That does cost him his life, but Bedosa's going to be taken out by EQO. Birdwing still going to be sniping, trying to finish off that Baby Diva. Can't quite get the angle, and he goes dangerously low. 67 HP. Zato with the Earth Shatter manages to get rid of the Tracer. Dynamite going to be burning again, and Bob is ready to roll, but it seems like he's got to hold it for the next push, so Fusion do manage to hold them off.
You can see the weaknesses in this comp. There's no staying power. Fusion can live forever on the point, and even with the Dragon Strike coming out to kill Carpe, eventually, once everyone gets back to the point, you defend this, and now you're in a really rough spot as Spitfire. Bob can't be targeted. You can't decide what he's going to shoot. He might just be shooting into a shield. He might be shooting into a Brigida, a Rhine. It's tough to really open this point up without an EMP, without a barrage. Philadelphia Fusion have the tools to hold. They have a trance, and they're about to have a grab.
Look at the hack on Sato. Poco down to half HP. Yeah, like you said, dying to the Dragon Strike, really unfortunate for Carpe, but how much time he bought by himself
Insane.
on the point before
On the
that.
pillar.
It was just such a clutch play from him. Just dodging around, but Profit does manage to find a shot here on an EQO.
They force the trance.
Bombs out from Poco, doesn't find anything. The trance is used, as you say. Gesture going to be looking for a knockoff here into the back of the point. Unable to find one so far. Poco, however, going to be eliminated. Nuss taken down by Boombox. Bob still rocking on the point. Sato just going to get taken down in transit as he tries to find a pin. The point finally comes through for the Spitfire, but with a significantly weaker time bank than you ever would have anticipated given the start of this round.
Yeah, they're going to try to chase and get some stagger kills here, but you have to imagine we're going to swap back to Zarya. That will be the case as Profit comes through. Jester's going to head over in here as well to make the swap back to the 3-3 tank. Will be the Rhine in this case. Fury holds the EMP, so they won't swap him until later. Huge pick there in the end to open up the point for Bob. Because without that, this would have been very difficult to execute. So the Spitfire really playing with fire on this attack, but it works out in the end. Surprising to see them try this. But the EMP is the trump card they have right now. They can just get a free fight, basically. This is kind of your get a free fight card if you can utilize it correctly. Here we go.
Well, EMP going to be coming through.
Late.
The stream members, yeah, Gesture, Profit, everyone just going to be taken down. Very nicely done. You would expect that Fury's going to be sprinting his way back over to the spawn room to try to swap out for that Diva shortly here.
When we talk about ult economy with an EMP like that, what you're hoping for is you're going to win a free fight, get a free push, but you're also going to surge ahead in ult charge to the Zarya v Zarya. Profit's actually even with Carpe now, and that's not what you want. So this definitely didn't work out the way the Spitfire planned. It was just a late EMP, pretty poor coordination on that one. And Fusion now can hold A just like they would normally in a normal A defense, 3-3 versus 3-3.
Yeah, just going to be holding up to the front. I mean, the one thing that has been great from the Fusion so far in this series has been their delay tactics. We saw it there on A, we saw it on B on Hanamura. Now they're looking for even more time chew away from the bank here as they play up right in front of the spawn. Mister takes a bit of damage. The Fusion will go ahead and peel back, playing this one a bit safer, but the cart is barely advanced, and now there's just about a minute remaining on the clock. So things still looking very good for them with the ult economy that they have. Now it's going to be taken down. Shatter coming out, not going to be able to find anyone. And that will actually cost Sato his life as the fire strike hits him in the face. Sound barrier comes through from Neptuno, however, as they still look to commit to the fight. Shadow from Jester manages to find Lucio, but no one can capitalize on that knockdown.
The Transcendence here allows Fusion to re-engage if they want to, and I don't think they're going to hesitate on that one.
Yep, Transcendence comes out, but Ocean goes down. EQO will get pinned by Gesture. Grav now coming through, no way to sustain through that one with the support ultimates being used, so the cart can finally start advancing, but Fusion have chewed up so much time, 35 seconds, and they're just rounding the first corner.
Certainly true. I feel like if you're going to use the trance there, though, and I think it was the right decision for the Fusion to try to control this choke, you've got to guarantee that you kill Prophet or force him to grab during the trance. The fact that they were unable to do that meant that London just turns it around on a dime. Carpe's got his grab up now, though, and they might be able to just hold B here early.
Fury takes it away.
Oh, no.
Trying to get it on the fadeaway drop there, but Carpe not going to be able to find it, so Fury claims another ult. The shatter absolutely massive from Gesture, and the kills just come rolling through for Bedosin. They'll clean them up. That will be a point B push, but it's going to happen in overtime, so Spitfire still backs against the wall on this push. A minute and a half is all they got to try to finish this.
Right now, we're going to take a look at this replay here. The shatter. Jester going to do the drop down. So it ends up being a massive one right after the grab eat, and then boom.
Beautifully done.
Big fire strike there on the angle.
That's what I try to do in my solo queue games, and I just whiff it.
Look at how far forward Spitfire is playing. They're just leaving one member on the cart. That's going to be Fury in this case. And they're just trying to get as much distance as possible. They're seeing all of this as a bonus because they know their win condition is either an extremely good hold on A or a full hold on A. So they're just looking for the best distance they can get here while building ults.
Shield up here for Gesture as he peels his way back. Prophet taking a lot of damage. Great poke coming out of the Fusion. Just trying to get a pick. Any pick that they can get will give them choke control.
They know that there's no transfer Boombox yet. They know it's close, so we'll see if Prophet commits now. There's an opportunity here. He's got high energy.
Still so very close. Sound barrier nearly there for Neptuno as well. Rally's going to be out from both sides. Jester swinging away, trying to get that next shatter online. Sato going to be taken down. Birdring manages to find that first kill. Grav is out from Prophet, bomb in from Poco, but they just dip and duck around the cart. No one's going to get picked off, and now Boombox going to be taken down. The sound barrier, the last vestiges of hope here for the Philadelphia Fusion. Neptuno needs this one to connect with everyone.
Yeah, it's going to have to be a big one. I don't know if it's going to work out.
They can at least force out the OT here.
They're going to have to use this to turn the fight. They're going to need to get a kill during this sound barrier. That's their only chance.
Will be an overtime finish, which puts a bit more pressure on London Spitfire for the next few rounds. Sato going low in the corner, trying to stay alive. Sound barrier will connect. Gets everybody on the side of the Philadelphia Fusion. Nuss going to be matching. Shadow comes in from Gesture. Sato going to be taken down, and now EQO Carpe all going to be eliminated. Maybe not able to use this Grav. They're still delaying the cart for a little bit longer, but they pop Poco out of the mech, and that might just be it, and it will be. So no chance to invest those final few ultimates. But hey, we got an Ashe cosplay in the crowd.
Fitting for the Ashe usage we saw just earlier. But they get the finish. Incredible finish given the weak start for the Spitfire. The shatter there in the end. They target down Carpe. There's no hope for a defense. And what looked like a great map for Philly. Now, you're going to hope your attack is much better. You're going to have to hope that they do not hold you on A.
Well, finishing the map here with time in the bank would be huge for them. Let's see if they can do it when we come back.
Coca-Cola is the official refreshment of the Overwatch League.
ladies and gentlemen. London Spitfire barely able to get across the finish line here on Blizzard World. Philly Fusion doing some great delay tactics, mostly at the hand of this man right here on your screen.
Yeah, Carpe standing behind the pillar there, buying a lot of time. It was incredible how long he was able to survive. The Dragon Strike killed him in the end. Then we did see the successful Bob come through, the damage coming out from Birdring's Ash. You know, Carpe has been outclassed in terms of the Zarya v Zarya, but when, you know, Prophet was playing the Pharah, then into the Tracer there on A, you know, when he didn't have to have that matchup, he played a great Zarya. And in a lot of ways, I think that even further highlights how dominant Prophet has been in the series in particular. It's like the only time Carpe pops off is when it's not a mirror. And that's kind of a scary thing going into the rest of this series. Now you're going to deal with a mirror matchup with the defense, but this is the same setup we saw on Hanamura with Bedosian on the Ana to give that single target healing to make it very difficult to kill the front line. And so the Fusion need to play around this because you're going to lose the tank war, you're going to lose Sato, you're going to lose EQ, you're going to lose Poco in some cases when your opponent just has more healing than you. And, you know, if both Winstons are shooting at each other, both Ryans are swinging at each other, and you've got an Ana healing one of them, the one that's being healed is going to win. We're going to see here, pretty unique strategy. It's, well, maybe not. There's a bio grenade connects here. I was going to say, we might see the Protect the McCree here to try to burst down Gesture. But nope, just going to be mirrors.
Yeah, not quite.
Would have been fun to see.
Well, swaps will come through. Spitfire right now situated up onto the high ground. Fury playing a bit closer to the Fusion, and Gesture waiting around the corner here. Oh, the statue takes a bit of damage. Will just leap his way back up top. Not getting interrupted by a shield bash, but Fusion...
Prophet's isolated.
Really running the way over to the point here. Get a lot of damage on the Prophet, as you say, but unable to kill him off, and now Spitfire will get resituated on this defense.
It's tough to fight on the point like this when you've got Fury on the high ground. You've got Bedosian up here who can bio grenade. He hits another one here onto Carpe. That's the target they want. They're unable to get it.
Just taking a bit of damage. Needs some 11 from Bedosian here. Bio nade thrown down again. This time not going to find the hit. Gesture has to leap up onto the high ground. This gives Fusion the point for the moment. And Prophet's going to be taken down. Boombox finds a crucial pick here. And a boost is going to be ready. They have to throw that one onto Gesture as he drops in low. One tick already going to be gained by the Philadelphia Fusion. Sato going to be healed denied.
Gesture alive!
Swing it away. He's trying to survive, but they will be able to finish him off in the end. Ikuo and Sato both going to be taken down, which means the Fusion is going to have to reset this attack you would expect. Boombox manages to get one, kills off the Ana, but now Fury follows up for a kill onto him.
Gesture could not survive. He could not survive without Bedosian there. Bedosian's dead now. It's a numbers advantage. Yeah, it's a numbers advantage for Fusion.
They are not fully disengaging. The bubble coming down trying to save them, but now it's going to expire. The bomb's out. Prophet, perfect block with his bubble. Takes that one away. Poco gets nothing with the ult, and he follows up for a kill on a Carpe. Now it'll be the chase forward, just looking for additional ult charge.
Bedosian keeps Gesture alive. He buys insane amounts of time. He had the heal boost there with the grenade, and then the solo targets that we're seeing just from left clicks from the Ana. And suddenly, this is a world where, you know, Fusion can't take the point. They were so close. They were leading in every regard. And now it's grab advantage here to Prophet. He's got the high ground as well. He knows they transcended, so he's got to be careful about how he uses it.
Throws it here right onto the corner. The shatter comes out from Sato and catches both of the healers, but with everybody else caught on the side, they can't follow up for the kills onto the supports, but Fury will still get taken down by Poco. Gesture gets a Primal Rage, pops that one instantly as they try to elongate this defense. The Birdring going to be taken down just moments before that sound barrier hits out from Nuss. Another nano boost ready to go from Bedosian, but doesn't he want to invest it here? Gesture tries to make his way back over onto the point where the Fusion nearly have the cap ready to go. Prophet manages to find Boombox, but Gesture going to be taken down, and Prophet cannot survive even with that nano. The vestiges of it will be taken out, and that is going to be the Fusion getting a cap. 3:45 on the clock.
Massively the better time bank here, too. And despite their best efforts to hold, they're always kind of playing with this disadvantage in terms of the grab economy versus Boombox's trance. If you look back at the grab that Prophet used, he used it on the wall to try to catch one of the members on the other side of the wall where the transcendence wouldn't hit, but it didn't work out. And that was a good idea in theory, but it ends up failing. Boombox comes up big again, gets those extra kills, too, at the beginning of that first push. And now the Fusion are comfortably looking at potentially the better time bank here.
Well, it's going to be a wrap around the back for the side of the London Spitfire. They know they have this grab just about ready to go, but Prophet, oh man, everyone ganks up on him. And they will just tear him to shreds. Carpe finding the kill, now grab ready to go for him, and the London Spitfire completely disjointed and out of place at this point.
Carpe is finally starting to really win these duels in terms of the Zarya v Zarya. You know, Gesture and Prophet trying to go for the runaround there, trying to be tricky. Carpe gets the better end of this. He's still behind massively in hero damage for this map, but you know, he's catching up. He's winning these trades that he needs to be winning when it's the more important moment. These clutch kills are what matter most.
And 6 ultimates nearly ready to go for the Fusion as they continue to approach B. Making fantastic time. Keep in mind, London Spitfire do not have a time bank on this map right now. They've set up massive success for the side of the Philly Fusion. Prophet going to be taken down. Boombox able to snipe out another kill. The cart will roll through. Now just shy of 4 minutes.
Remember,
still
it was
sitting here for the Fusion.
Yeah, it was a minute and a half when they got this in overtime for the Spitfire, so you can really feel the 2 minutes plus lead that the Fusion have. The ult economy you just mentioned still in their favor. Sport Ultimate's going to be massive against Prophet trying to set up for a grab. And there's no way to switch composition here to try to cheat ult economy unless you're going to put Fury on the Sombra, and we know he's just not that great at the hero right now. So this is looking really good for the Fusion as they wrap around the corner. Also, high ground control by Carpe. Nice play by Fury to deny that.
Yeah, just trying to push him back. Gesture taking a lot of damage up front. Oh man, everybody on the side of the London Spitfire is receiving so much damage. That's going to be the grab. Boombox has the transit bomb up over the top. Sound barrier in from Neptune to keep him alive, and Poco manages to pick off Prophet. Fantastic start as they continue to advance. Just need to clear up this cart. 3 minutes still here for the Fusion. Gesture going to be taken down. Fury knocked out and eliminated. London Spitfire, they exhausted all of their ultimates. They might have to swap to some desperate measures here just to try to buy a little bit more time.
Yeah, this is going to be really rough here. They're looking now, they're already thinking about the long hold they're going to have on A to get that draw. It's very far away from now as they're going to rejoin. Birdring swaps over to Batiste. That's one way you can outlast with the Immortality Field.
He's going to try. Needs that burst healing, trying to keep Jester alive. As I say that, he might just get taken down right here. Jester pushes over to the side. The Shatter connects on the two. Birdring and Nuss both hit the ground. Nearly eliminated. Will be able to find it. Boombox sniping that Lucio off the walls, and they will push in. Philadelphia Fusion resurging here on Blizzard World.
Definitely a big resurgence here after a struggle in the first 2 maps. They got the draw, they had the good defense on A, and they put the cherry on top with a massive time bank. 2:22 to take a single tick and to tie this series up. What a turnaround.
2:22, make a wish if you're a Fusion fan. You're hoping for a win. Let's see if they can get it when we come back for OT. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. London Spitfire finishing off in overtime means they get nothing here. So 2:22 for the Philadelphia Fusion. Just need to take a single tick on A. We saw how tough that was for Spitfire on Hanamura,
That's
but
right.
given the momentum right now, Fusion have, this would be a bit of an easier task for them.
There's already precedent in this series that this is possible. This is doable. Carpe is just checking to see if there's, you know, a Sombra out there or something, but not going to be the case. So, for the Spitfire, it's all about maintaining high ground, maintaining control of the Zarya v Zarya matchup, because Fusion are not going to let Sato get picked off. That's kind of what they were operating around previously, is killing Sato or killing Carpe, playing much more passive, harder to make that happen, but Sato gets caught out.
Yeah, aggressive drop down coming in from the Spitfire. Prophet not going to be getting too much energy off that one. Now, wrap around right-hand side, Fusion pushing their way forward. Trying to chunk out the members of the Spitfire wherever they can. Poco, however, going low, will get taken out of the mech and eliminated. So a decent start on the defense for the Spitfire. They will be able to follow up on Asado, so the front line going to be broken down. Fury barely managing to stay in that mech as Boombox will be eliminated.
Gesture just has such a good understanding of how far he can push the boundaries there. He baited out a lot of the damage on the Fusion. That's when you see Prophet shoot up to 70 energy on the Zarya. Meanwhile, EQO is caught in the corner. Can't really be very useful for his team. Doesn't have line of sight to heal a lot of the members of the Fusion. And the Spitfire take a lead as a result, and they still hold this high ground control. But the big key here is that Fusion's not too behind in ultimates. That was a pretty even fight in terms of damage done. So this next fight is going to be the real one here.
It's the Diva and the Rhines, the real spot where the Spitfire are winning out in that regard. Shatter's going to be ready. Oh, man! Jester knocking them all down. Neptuno's still going to be taken out despite Boombox there with that Transcendence. Now is not going to have that for Prophet's grab. They're over onto the point, but Sato by himself does not stand a chance. He's going to be taken down. That's 50 seconds remaining.
And that is the key here, right? Because it's your instinct the second you see the Shatter and you realize, because Boombox is such a good player, you know your whole team is going to get stunned, or at least a lot of them. You trance there, but it's not enough to save them. And as you say, now this is the key ultimate missing for this next fight. And that Shatter may have just gotten Spitfire the draw. Such a good play by Jester with the one real advantage they had. And for the Fusion now, you're open for a good grab. You're hoping for a pick.
If Fusion can pull this off, it'd be absolutely huge. Double support ultimates there for the Spitfire Boombox. Just over halfway to that next Transcendence. Desperately trying to build that one up, just poking wherever he can. 10 seconds remaining. Grab
Poco's out of position.
Not going to be able to take that one away. Sound barrier's going to come out from Neptune to the bombs up over the top. Fury looking for the picks, unable to find it, but breaks the shield of the Rhine. The Shatter comes in. They're all going so low. The Transcendence is there, and Jester will be taken down by Poco, but he can't make it back. Here the back. Prophet manages to pick off that baby Diva. Boombox does manage to build up the Transcendence. Now Bird Ring going to be gone. The tank line getting shattered, but those to take it out. Philadelphia Fusion. Can they pull this one off? Nuts manages to find a kill onto Card. Maybe Fury's going to be taken out of the mech. Prophet down below half. Neptuno gets a double kill, and that might just be it. It will be Philadelphia Fusion not allowing for a double draw. They will tie us up 1-1.
What a big turnaround in this series for the Fusion. Absolutely nuts. And despite the lack of Transcendence, they're able to turn this fight. Poco wasn't there to catch the grab, but he comes through with a big self-destruct. And that's what opens up the point. After Gestures did, they have to use their support ultimates.
One more map to decide it all. Let's see who takes it when we come back to the break.
The Overwatch League is powered by Intel. Game, record, stream without compromise on Intel Core i7. And by Omen by HP, the official PC and display of the Overwatch League.
Into the eyes. Into the iris.
Nice.
Woo! I don't know why they give up the...
Yeah, good job, guys.
Well played, guys. Good job.
Next map, DR2 is our best map. Let's go.
And there they are, getting jazzed up on stage. They managed to tie this series 1-1, avoiding a back-to-back draw. Would have been the first time that we've seen that this season. But now, one more map to decide it all. Rialto, our escort map in the series.
Yeah.
Whoever takes that, takes it.
We were looking back, and you guys got to see it a second time too. Now that we have these highlights during our breaks, but Poco there with the, I shouted he was out of position, and we had Prophet's perspective there, and I think Prophet in that moment felt the same way. I'm going to grab here, but already they had the sound barrier ready. Neptuno perfectly hits it, as we are going to Rialto, and then Poco, big brain play comes from behind with the self-destruct. They set up the kill after the grab. The trance is built. Boombox was missing that, right? But he built it in the longer fight. Really clutch fight from Fusion just all around. They completely pre-prepped it, calling for Neptune to counter the grab with his barrier, having Poco come around the backside, catching Gesture there, winning the longer fight after forcing the support ultimates. Boombox's support ult comes later. A lot of really cool stuff there for Fusion. That would definitely be one of the attacks that, a lot of analysts out there probably want to break down. So, for Rialto, we talked about this being a problem map for Spitfire because Fusion are comfortable on it. And it's a map that, historically, Spitfire haven't looked great in 3-3 on. Today, it's been a different story in terms of the Zarya matchup, but we're going to see a lot of Ryan v. Ryan, and this is where Sato has, you know, even though, as the halftime show pointed out, we haven't really praised his Ryan, but he did really outclass Gesture on Lijiang. So this is a great way for Fusion to close this series out. Because of the draw, this is the deciding map. And this is where you feel advantaged as Fusion getting into this position with a tie score.
Saw Badosin's arms there for a moment, but no way to line up a shot, so we'll just be the swap coming through. Cart moves up to the first corner. London Spitfire playing back, Birdering. Managed to get a pick off. Carpe going to be gone, and that's going to allow them to maintain control of the initial corner here.
Very nice to grab that initial kill, especially onto the Zarya. Even the passive charge lost is it's going to start to add up. And Prophet backs away, just lobbing in, right clicks, not making himself exposed. Birdring looking for a flank here, gets called out for it by Neptuno. Good scout there.
Yep, just forcing him back. Straight over onto the card field, and Fusion just playing this one patiently.
Fool me twice, shame on me. Not going to happen though.
Oh, it is not. Oh, bubble going to be used. Everyone says nope. I don't think do that. So
they're going to wrap around. Nuss is looking for the knockoff here to cut them in half. That's why he's up there on the Lucio.
Waiting for somebody to poke out just a little bit more. Sato. Okay, well, catches maybe a bit too many people. More than he would have liked. Sato still going lower and lower, but makes his way over onto the cart. Gets a really nice fire strike there on the Prophet to weaken him. And stop him from pushing forward aggressively again. Hoops coming out from both these Lucios, just trying to keep the cart clear. Sato, however, though, is a bit too low. Not enough healing being offered up, so he will get taken down. And now the Fusion have to try to sound the retreat. But as I say that, it will be the rally coming through. Grab going to hit him on the corner. Neptuno and EQO both going to get taken down, and Poco out of the mech.
Staggered.
So it's going to be another reset here for the Fusion.
You know, it's really cool that we got to see Nuss's perspective in that moment, because you know, when you could see a Lucio targeting one player, that's usually the mind of the team, right? Because Lucio damage is almost negligible, but when you could see a Lucio targeting down Sato after knocking him off, it was very clear that was the game plan for Spitfire. Kill Sato first, we'll have the grab unlocked in that fight, and they executed the game plan so well. Carpe's about to have his grab, but he's going to have to use it out in the open here, not in the choke where he would like to.
Well, Jester getting juggled around, nearly taken down, 50 HP, I believe I saw right there. Now the Shadow going to be coming out, but Boombox perfectly times in with the trance, and Jester has himself back up against the wall. Neptuno will be able to scoop the kill, and Nuss is gone as well.
And this is the other side of the coin. Remember, we saw Boombox insta-trance in the last Shatter, and it wasn't enough to save his team because he couldn't realistically know in that split second how many of his teammates were going to get caught. This is the correct moment where he gets it. Now the solo grab here onto Prophet, going to reset him, and this should be not only the point, but with the reset onto Prophet, control of the bridge. So, you know, in a lot of situations like this, when you're watching this, you know, at home, you might think, well, I don't know if that was really necessary. Did he really need to catch Prophet like that? What if he just let him go? If you kill him, you get to get this high ground. You get to get the free push across the bridge. You get all sorts of positional advantages, so it's certainly worth it.
Well, Spitfire looking to retake it, as you say. This is exactly what they want. Drop down's going to be coming through. Rally is out from Birdring. EQO one available, but Neptuno going to be going for a dip in the canal. Nuss managing to find that right click, and the boat wasn't there to save him. So, bridge control established.
Yeah, retaken here by London Spitfire. And this is the nightmare scenario for the Philadelphia Fusion, because you committed a grab, you got what you wanted. Oh, and this is a really heavy commitment.
Yeah, bomb out, not going to get any picks. Zones him back for a little bit, but now solo grab in onto Sato as they try to kill him off. Both the Transcendence and the Sound Barrier have to be committed to keep him alive. Will be able to do so, and the cart continues to move forward as Nuss did get taken down.
He did. That was actually a really good decision by Poco as well. You know, it looked like it might have been an overcommitment, but they're able to capitalize on it. Neptuno again with a really good Sound Barrier to make sure they could win that longer fight, trading out the Sport Ultimates in their favor. Now the next goal is to take control of this high ground. They're just going to avoid it.
Yeah, wrapping around the back so they have an open angle for Boombox to continue flinging these orbs.
Oh, look at Poco, the huge play.
Yeah, going to be disrupting them. Shatter comes out from Gesture, doesn't find much, and Nuss going to be taken down again. Transcendence has to be used by Badosin as the grab comes in from Carpe. Looking for the pin through, Birdring going to get clipped, and Sato takes him out of the fight. Philly Fusion still trying to move the cart forward, has been halted for just a little bit, but 2 minutes, and very close to be, and it seems like they will be able to get it here on this push as they clean up the Spitfire.
That was a really set play by the Fusion. What they did was they wrapped around the left side, and Spitfire feels like, okay, well, you could stand there, but you don't have control of the cart, so I'm fine with this. They're going to stay on the high ground, but they weren't tracking Poco. He comes through, knocks them off the ledge. If they knew he was there, this would have failed, but Poco has this trick play. He comes around and knocks them all off, and then it's super easy for Philadelphia Fusion to just collapse on those disjointed members and kill them. Excellent decision making. This is a great time bank. And the Spitfires still don't have their grab yet. They're getting closer. Rally's up.
We have 3 minutes here. We continue to advance. Peeling back, just waiting out the rally for now. Playing patiently. They know the time is on their side. Just waiting for that armor to start disintegrating here on the side of the London Spitfire.
Okay, he's about to have it.
Similar play there by Fury, trying to push them off that high ground. Doesn't really isolate too many people. Grab does come through. Transcendence out from Boombox. No one going to get taken down yet. You can still see the HP bars on the side of Spitfire dangerously low. Shatter goes out from Gesture, but it's a complete whiff. So many members of the Philadelphia Fusion, even just out of range. Now the answering Shatter, looking pretty darn good for Sato. Will get stunned out of his charge, but it doesn't matter because the kills are still there. Gesture and Nuss going to be gone. Fury's knocked out. Prophet taken down. Philadelphia Fusion getting ready to round the final corner here and advancing to see with still 2 minutes plus.
Now, Carpe can try to get the spawn grab here as well, so that they just simply can't touch the point. Gesture is the first target they see. They know that Bedosian has trance, but still, if you could just stop them from touching the cart, that's all you need. That's all you need.
Okay, well, EQO going to be taken down. Neptuno now using the sound barrier. Gesture swinging away. Again, going to be stuck up against the wall. The Transcendence from Bedosian does come through to help keep him alive, and they manage to find a kill onto Sato. Carpe as well. Going to get finished off.
You know, in some situations like this, you feel the desperation because you feel like, oh, I can't allow them to have this time bank. To get any time bank at all on Rialto is fantastic, but using that trance there, it was a decision that might come back to bite them, because I think they were going to hold that either way, but now they don't have the trance to deal with Carpe's grab, and Carpe smiles now because he knows that this is the best grab he could ever hope for, unless it's eaten by Fury, of course. That's the big concern. Making his way over now. They still have 70 seconds. They can slow play this, and they have the support ult advantage here with trance versus the barrier.
Well, he clutched one once on Blizzard World. Can he do it again? Energy looking to get built up here. Sound barrier is going to be out. Grab comes through first from Prophet. Now response from Carpe. The bomb from Fury manages to find Sato, but Poco gets Nuss. Cart still pushing forward. Shatter coming down. They catch Carpe in the back, and they'll be able to finish him off with the rockets out from Fury.
That's the kill they needed, though. That's the kill they needed.
Seems like things might still be good for the Spitfire here on this defense. Jester's still going to get finished off. Boombox will get taken down. 40 seconds remaining. 1.7 meters away. Still doable for the Fusion with time in the bank, but they have to get back now.
Target selection was better for the Spitfire. They were able to get Gesture into position to get the Shatter, even though it wasn't the biggest Shatter the world has ever seen. It's enough to kill Carpe, and that means the damage is gone for the Fusion. They have the longer run back. You have to have that consistent damage. You can't win it without it.
With Bedosian holding on to this Transcendence, you expect this will be an OT finish. Obviously not nearly as punishing on Escort as it is on a Hybrid.
May not be a finish at all, though, mind you.
Good. Yep. Also
depends on
very
the Shatter.
possible. Sato going to be looking for the setup. Sound barrier getting ready to come through for Neptuno. Sato just waiting for his moment. Gesture holding up that shield. Fire strike in. Doesn't going low. Sound barrier to open things. Neptuno starts it. Shatter still available. Sato getting juggled into the back. Drops the hammer, but Prophet burns him down. Transcendence is in. Bedosian keeping the rest of the squad alive. The grab now going to be coming through onto the cart. Boombox with his own Transcendence, but the Shatter comes in. The bomb's up over the top. And Fury, he scoops a triple as Poco gets knocked out of the mech. The supports will get cleaned up. The Baby Diva as well. And OT will plummet. London Spitfire managed to hold them off here at the finish on Rialto.
Can't really ask for a closer series than this. What a clutch set of plays from the Spitfire. Target selection onto Carpe. You know, when you look back at that last fight, during the sound barrier for Neptuno, a lot of Zenyatta's would have matched the trance, but Bedosian said no. He held it till the last possible second, knowing they had positional advantage, they had spawn advantage. He didn't need to use it because he knew Carpe didn't have grab. And there were just so many ways that the Spitfire capitalized on their advantages there. The Shatter from Gesture into the bomb to finish it all off wasn't even necessarily required, but it just looked like a pretty happy ending there. And now there's a world where all it takes is 3 points for the Spitfire to close out this series.
Just need to get that full push, and they will be able to find revenge, given that loss that they suffered against the Fusion day 1 of stage 1. See if they can pull it off, but Fusion, their delay tactics this entire series have been fantastic.
terms of the Zarya matchup, this is the closest map we've seen so far in terms of damage, just going back to where we started, where Prophet was absolutely eclipsing Carpe. He's only 700 damage ahead here. You could see that the main reason why he was able to outclass Carpe in a lot of those fights, especially on Hanamura, was the Ana from Batoshin. Now that he's on the Zen, it's a lot more difficult for Prophet to play as aggressively as he was before, and Philadelphia Fusion are certainly capitalizing on that a lot. For the defensive setup here, we see a very forward location. Fury's going to pop out with Widow, but there's no Sonic arrow to scout this. They could get jumped on here. This could be a great lead for the Fusion if they are undetected. Oh, well, they're poking out. I didn't realize that. So never mind.
They're out here on the balcony. Well, it was once a balcony. They've destroyed all the railings.
Still a balcony, just a railless balcony.
The property damage assessment is in Overwatch. It's got to be insane. That's a stat we should be tracking.
Well, when you mail them, look like they're made of cardboard, so who knows? Maybe it's not that expensive after all.
Could be. Well, Cart is going to be snagged with relative ease for now, but getting around the initial corner here as they enter into the courtyard is going to be the most difficult thing for the Spitfire at the start of this. Fire Strike going to be denied.
Carpe's got to be careful about sticking out that far. Has to reload whenever that happens.
See Neptuno playing above again, waiting for a similar opportunity, tries to displace them. Everyone just going to be scattered to the wind here, but Sato still going to be taken down. EQO as well, finished off by Nuss. So 2 picks over to the side of the Spitfire, only losing out on a Fury's mech so far, as he just pistols his way back in.
And in a fight like this, there's just no way, you're going to win this end matchup in terms of ult build. Look at Bedosian, 30% ahead because he has free reign to do damage. Gets the kill here on the Boombox. Again, that's a further stagger, so this is going to be very likely an A take with little to no resistance. And it's the target selection for Spitfire again. In that chaotic moment, they had a positional disadvantage, but still found Sato, still picked him off. The communication has been good. They're going to see one last contest here.
I mean, they nearly just killed Neptuno right there straight up.
And there's
he tries to make his way back over the bridge. Grab's going to be online. Trance will be ready in just a moment here, but maybe it's a bit too late. Cart rolls through into A. And that is going to be the cleanup here. Sato and EQO both going to be taken down. And Fusion just had to peel way back. 450. Rolling down as they cross the bridge for free.
Despite the fact that they get the bridge control and this high ground control, Carpe having the grab, Boombox having the trance here, there's a way where you can force a fight win and certainly flip this on its head. The big question mark is going to be Gesture here because he's been hitting big shatters throughout this series. He had a rough Lijiang, but he certainly turned that around. Need to make sure that doesn't happen because if that happens, you get the free corner, you get the high ground forever.
Well, charging forward, trying to get them on the high
Sato!
ground. Also just going to be taking out Sato. Trying to swing away, get that last little bit of percentage for the Earth Shatter, and now Boombox will be eliminated as well. Fusion's going to be coming back in. They have 6 ultimates ready to go.
But they have to use them coming out of a choke. Their opponents can back up to the high ground. That's the critical moment. That's the fight they needed to take. They don't have the advantages anymore. They can't take this high ground back. They can't prevent the corner. And this is an insane time bank for London now. Look at this fight. They're going to have to fight out of a choke point. How do you get a good grab out of this as the Fusion? It's not going to be easy.
They're going to be looking for it. They do force them back away from the carts. London is playing respectfully here in this moment. They want to just let that rally roll through.
They know they have a good time bank, and they know the rally's been used. So, as you say, respect it, back off, look for a better opportunity.
Carpe just going to be looking to set this one up. Sees them playing it around the docks. He's got a lot of different archways here that can pin this grab to. London do work their way around the back. Now going to be looking for the retake. High
90.
energy for Carpe.
Yeah.
Looking for a target to melt. Shield going low for Gesture as well. Would love to keep that race because they know that Sato has that Earth Shatter ready.
I like how the Fusion are just not committing. They're saying, I'm eating your time bank right now.
Yeah, it's fantastic delay play at the moment. But Grab will have the trigger pulled here from the side of Prophet. Fury's got the bomb out. It's not going to find anything. The Shatter coming through as well. Not going to knock anybody to the ground. No one going down yet as all the ultimates are used on either side. Birdring getting ready with a rally. Maybe that can elongate the fight a little bit more in the favor of the London Spitfire.
The cart!
Neptuno's going to get pinned. Gesture going to be taken down here, but the cart does roll through. So now it's 4:17 on the clock here for the side of the Spitfire. Fusion will have control over the cart for now, though.
You can avoid the fight all you want. You can burn that time bank all you want. But when the cart is moving, you have to commit. We had both support ultimates stacked for the Spitfire. That was something they certainly lost, and that's what cost them the fight. But they still get the cart through. They still get the time bank, and they get the spawn now. So, I mean, that was a situation where I would have liked to see Fusion commit in faster. It's not a C9 by any means, but it certainly was an oversight to try to take that backwards position. You had positional advantage, yes, in terms of winning the next fight, but you lose control of the cart. And the Spitfire get a nice free push for it. They're still positionally disadvantaged here, but nice to grab that checkpoint.
Well, they're trying the same back approach here. Prophet and Gesture both taking so much damage. The stun goes through onto Prophet, but they haven't been able to finish him off yet. Grab's still ready, and Carpe's just lobbing in these right clicks on the high ground. It's just Gesture in the dome, and that just breaks him here. Philly Fusion really set up to have a long-term defense of this cart.
Well, they get the cart. Well, the funny thing about letting this cart through is the spawn is here, right, for the Spitfire, and the Fusion can just utilize this high ground. They don't want to overextend on it, but again, they're understanding their ult advantages and just non-stop, not overextend. They're not trying to take any fights they don't need to. It costs them the cart push, sure, but it's definitely costing a lot of time for the Spitfire.
All right, Grab coming out, Carpe here onto the high ground as they try to burn through him, but they're unable to get it. Boombox is there with the Transcendence. Now the Shadow comes in from Gesture. Menace is defying 2, but the kill's not going to be there. Now it's a responding Grab coming in from Carpe and Prophet and us. Both going to be taken down. The bomb from Poco claims Gesture as well, and Fusion are entrenched right now. Spitfire, can they do anything to break this hold?
It starts to feel like no. I mean, the trance there was really a pipe dream with Carpe and Eco there to block the healing, plus his distance to the members. There's no way that was really going to turn the fight, and that's another ult lost. Carpe leads the grab, so you're trying to catch up. They tried to kill Sato, which is what they've been doing all series long, but he lived this time.
Push out here onto the high ground. EQO going lower and lower, but seems like he will be safe. As I say that, though, Cast a Curse will take him down. It is at the cost of Prophet, however, but still a 2-for-1 for the London Spitfire. Sound barrier coming through from them as they try to stay alive, but Fury's going to get pooped on the side. Neptuno still trying to hold this one, but Boombox will get stunned up, taken down, and the cart will finally start advancing. But we started with 4 minutes and 17 seconds for the Spitfire. Now they're down to 1 minute and 45.
And don't forget that Prophet did very little of the damage in that fight. He doesn't have a grav ready. If you built a grav, you know, that's when you're starting to think about, okay, maybe they can come around this corner, maybe they can force out a trance. But Philadelphia's Fusion still has all the ult advantage in the world. And I mean, they can be the ones to engage now. Now is where they're going to be aggressive instead of passive because the time bank is gone.
Yeah, they are pushing up for it. Rally's out, but again, London Spitfire peeling back as soon as they hear that call.
Big fire strike from Gesture there, and it's going to surge up to 80. See if they can pick off Sato again. That's kind of been Fusion lives or dies by whether Sato does.
Poco playing here on the bottom. Fury's going to open things with the bomb, looking for a pick, unable to find it. Shadow comes out from Gesture, knocks Neptuno to the ground at the cart, but no one follows up for the kill, and now Sato finds Bird Ring, and he'll be taken out. Cart's still starting to inch forward as they try to play up, but Nuss under fire, tries to stay alive. Amps up the healing, seems like he will be able to survive for a little bit longer. They manage to pick off Carpe, as Prophet has a grab available. Goes that down over to the side, Poco drops the bomb, not able to find any kills, and Neptuno's going to be pinned again. 2 kills going the way of Spitfire as we hit 40 seconds remaining on the clock. Sato swinging away, but he can't get the kills. Will be taken down. Boombox as well.
Look at all this.
A little bit more time.
Look at all this damage too onto Poco. That builds 40% of the next grab. And Boombox's trance is going to be sorely missed if that ever finishes. So many ults for the Spitfire to finish this map with right now. The Fusion are going to have to come in clutch. It's going to have to be Sato. He's been picked first so many times. He cannot die this time. He's going to need that shatter. There's no other way. There's no other way. And then the longer fight with the support ultimates coming through, Prophet's going to get a grab. Boombox can't match that. It's not going to happen. It needs to be Sato. It needs to be EQO coming up clutch.
12 more meters. Neptuno getting the sound barrier online. Needs this one to be perfectly timed. We'll just go ahead and open with it to try to match. The Shadow comes out. Sato's going to be hitting the ground. He'll be taken out. Fury finds the kill. Poco's still in the back trying to get this cart. Now the grab's going to be coming through. Fury dumps the bomb. They don't have the shields. Fury, he finds 4. Poco's gone. It's a team wipe. And London Spitfire will be able to take it in the end. 2-1. At the end of the series, so damn close back and forth, but they come out on top.
They make it a 1-1 here in our 2019 season. Absolutely clutch in the end. And Philadelphia Fusion, they lived and died by Sato. He was picked first in so many of these fights. London Spitfire played around that. They hit the shatter where they needed to in the end. Gesture, he started off weak in the in the Ryan v Ryan matchup when we were on Lijiang, but he finished strong. He won the matchup in the end. That kill onto Sato opens everything up. London has all the advantages. It had to be Sato to hold, and he came up empty. What a series, though. We saw very close from our 2 finalists from last season, and London just barely scrapes through the win in the end.
One hell of a fight put up by the Philadelphia Fusion. Was looking like time and time again they might be able to close that out. That defense on B right there on Rialto, stunning stuff from them. But unfortunately, they come up just a little bit too short. London Spitfire will be able to take that victory. So got to be feeling good about finding some vengeance after that loss at the beginning of the season. Just great stuff, great series, great way to kick off the day. But guys, let's go ahead and throw down to Danny Lim, who's standing by on the floor with Fury.
Thank you guys very much. What is up, everybody? I am here with Fury from London Spitfire. Congratulations. Amazing job as always. Now, I feel like, it's the beginning of the season, you guys were facing off against the Philadelphia Fusion, and you guys unfortunately lost, but today you guys pulled off the W. Fury, how are you feeling? How does it feel to finally have that revenge? 자, 이번 스테이지 1 때 좀 아쉽게 좀 필라델피아 경기에 좀 지게 됐는데 오늘 복수전에 성공을 하셨습니다. 어떠신가요, 지금? 기분 굉장히 좋고 복수는 항상 달콤하죠.
It feels really, really great, and also just having that revenge there's something about it. It always feels so good. I totally agree. And also, Fury, as a Diva player, you're known as one of the best Diva players, and especially when it comes to eating Graviton, Zarya's Gravitons. I just want to ask, bro, how do you do it? What's the secret? 어떻게 좀 자탄을 이렇게 좀 잘 먹을 수 있는 건가요?
아침에 좀 밥을 안 먹고 와서 배고파서 좀 더 열심히 하는 것 같아요.
Every time I have a match, I always come in hungry. I don't have breakfast when I have a match, and so just having that starvation helps me to have more Graviton and negate it. All right, cool. Thank you so much, everybody. Give it up for Fury one more time. Back to you guys, casters.
Thank you very much, Danny. A lot of unfair pressure, I think, put on divas who are playing on ladder back home. Somebody's gonna, get in the game and be like, "You're playing diva. Did you eat before this match? I don't want you. Get out of my group." No, but fantastic stuff from Fury, delivering on some more of those alt eats. Some great bombs there, especially the one at the end there, coming up with the 4K. So really great stuff, but so tight knit. Very back and forth between these two teams.
Yeah. Let's talk about our player of the match by Omen by HP. And no shocker here of who this is going to be. It's Prophet tonight.
Absolutely. Ranting about him all day.
And with Prophet at number 2 in a lot of the leaderboards right now, despite being on a team that, just barely has a winning record, continuing this trend on a new hero and a new meta, and also his hero pool, we have to start wondering, is this the best player in Overwatch right now? And people always put the focus on teams. If the team is losing, it can't be. There's no way that Prophet could be the best player because his team isn't winning. But we have to look at the stats. We have to look at this under the microscope and start wondering, should Prophet be one day, if he's able to, continue this streak, be compared to the likes of players like Flash, compared to the likes of players like Faker, maybe this is the guy. This is maybe one day the face of Overwatch. And the kid has just looked so good today as well in the Zarya v Zarya matchup. He absolutely crushed it.
Yes, he did. 134 eliminations, 21 deaths as Zarya in the match. Fantastic stuff from Prophet. But guys, we're just getting started. We had that very close series. We got another interesting one coming up. The desk earlier, not that convinced that it was going to be a close one, but we have the return of the Houston Outlaws taking to the stage for the first time here in Stage 2. They have to go up against Vancouver Titans. Let's see if they can be the Godslayers when we come back from this break.
The Overwatch League is brought to you by T-Mobile, now connecting 99% of Overwatch League fans. Catch your league on America's network, T-Mobile.
The Shock have a player advantage here. They're not getting ahead of themselves, but they need to get on the payload. That one's still moving right now. The Shock have to round back. Fortunately for them, they do. Bumper will rejoin the Titans very quickly, and then it will be another 6v6. The Shock cannot afford to lose. And I wonder if the Shock have an idea that Bumper has to shatter. Oh, maybe not. Bumper goes for the shatter. Rascal was knocked down, but a quick sound barrier is going to keep everyone in the Shock pretty much immune from dying for that period of time. They need to continue this fight, though, and Violent has a transcendent that he's saved for just this moment. Sinatra also has a Graviton surge. And where the payload is, you're not going to get this second fight I was talking about. This is going to be a one-fight territory. You can see Su's screen. No margin of error. Victory right there.
The San Francisco Shock have to go now. Super sees the payload. This is the checkpoint right here. That box. No! Bump is down! The Shock were trying to hang on, but the Titans look too good right now. Takes down fight. Both Lucios are missing, and Simons are also removed by Trichoven. Something's trying to throw him. Look at that shatter from Bumper. It's huge. He tries to go for the finish, and he gets Sinatra. Violent response back on towards Haxal, and Twilight is trying to keep it alive on the payload. No!
They're going to hold
He comes back. He redeems himself by pooping Bumper.
that 4 minutes goes down pretty quick. It looked like it was over after they lost Moth. The Shock are too greedy for that, but Super, he has to be careful. He's caught out of position.